Hi, I'm John Storms. Now we're pushing pixels through the EFLake36 or the 36 EFLake from EFL Designs. There are 300 pixels to get done here. I always go through and I pop the pixels into the hole loosely first and make sure that the count is right before I go back with the pixel pliers and push them all the way through. That way, if I do make a mistake, it's a lot easier to fix versus having to go and rip lights back out. So we go through, do this one by one. This flake actually turned out to be a pretty easy one to do. A lot of, we had to leapfrog up and down the arms, but overall it was nice and easy to do. So that was pleasant. I was able to do the whole thing all in one go. So now we're coming up on pretty close to the halfway point. So at the end of this string, I believe we have our power injection T. Or is it the end of the next one? Yep, we're pushing them in. There we are. So there's our power injection T that goes after the third string or after 150 lights. That way we have power distributed evenly across the flake. It goes into the metal and then sprays in both directions. And it's a 3-core T. I have the center pin of that middle section, that middle connector pulled just so that the data does not go back to the power supply. It's not connected to anything, but out on your display it works like a great big giant antenna that will cause noise, resulting in flickering on the prop. So that's actually an important thing to do. All right, so here we're getting close to finishing up. The thing that we'll see next is I take all of the connectors, which end in the beginning, or not in the beginning, but in the center of the snowflake, and we put dielectric grease on each of those. And the purpose for that is to make it so that the flake is just that much more water resistant. I'd say waterproof, but nothing's waterproof. So what we do is, since all the connectors were in the middle, I took that opportunity to kind of weave them through so that we wouldn't have a bunch of loose wires sticking out. I mean, no more than usual. I mean, there's wires everywhere. The next thing we do is we take the wires, and I'm going to feed in extension cables. So I have an extension cable for the power and one for the data, and I have those hanging out the bottom of the flake. That way it's a lot easier for me to mount the prop and I don't have to fish wires through. Now here I'm putting an extra zip tie in there to do some tension relief, and now we power it up and it looks great.